So we'll move on to our next topic. So SNK announced that the company that helps make that trash character, ARIKA, is actually going to be helping them bring back that help
Why?
them revamp some of their IPs so that SNK can kind of get stuff going again with releasing some games. Now they said this is going to go beyond just fighting games, and it's going to get into like other genres of their catalog. But so this is a great thing to see. Now we know SNK got bought by a Saudi Arabia group. Apparently they're coming in and they're trying to like really get some stuff going. And a lot of people I'm seeing are saying that Arika is probably one of the companies that's being chose because, well, one, they have an IP that people love, like people cherish and love. Fighting EX Layer, people love that. And Street Fighter Cross EX is Street Fighter EX is a series that people think of fondly, and their games typically have good netcode, so it can basically help them structure stuff as far as like their online and stuff like that. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think we might get a KOF cross fighting EX layer? um and how do you feel about Arika actually helping SNK? So starting with you, Mr. Gamer.
Also, it's funny, which I realized what you said when you said that trash character from Marika. I was like, oh, I know where this is going. Um,
Yeah, he garbage.
so so first off on the fighting ace cross SNK KOF that could, I mean, that definitely could be a thing. I mean, Terry Bogard was in fighting X layer, so at this point, I mean, they almost might as well just say, hey, we gonna make a fighting game with, like, let's say it's fighting X layer versus KOF Ultimate or something like that. I don't know. That'll be kind of cool to see. I just hope, and we have experienced it on in from this podcast TVFGC. I hope that their online functionality and all that stuff is good, because that's the big issue with fighting ES layer. That online was not great, and I'm not talking about like the connection. I'm talking about you get in a lobby and you can't, like, you have to wait. They have to take you back out. It's just so cumbersome. So
Yeah,
please,
couldn't
like,
have
make
multiple
it,
people in a lobby.
yes,
Yeah.
make it easy to easy to use for the user. Like, please. Um, Now on the non fighting game IPs, I think this is pretty cool because I don't remember any other games that Arika worked on besides fighting games. I could be just uninformed, but I don't remember them working on any other games outside of fighting games. But this could be, I mean, Metal Slug is one of my favorite games all time. One of the most fun side scrolling shooters ever. So if they could maybe revamp that, do something with that. I mean, you could do like bring Fatal Fury back, or maybe make it like a side scroller, beat 'em up, something kind of like along the lines of Streets of Rage. Do something like that. I think the doors have swung wide open for what they can do. They're trying to do like non-fighting game IPs. So yeah, I think this is actually a pretty cool little merger that's about to happen. So yeah, I think that if they really sit down and, like, think of some good ideas, they can make some pretty good games. And again, like I said, they have in their back pocket fighting X Slayer versus KOL. Like I said, it makes too much sense. They had Terry in the last game. It was like they were trying to experiment. This might have already been in the works at that time. It's like they were trying to experiment. Like, let's see how we can make a KOF character, see how we can translate them into this game. And it seemed like he did pretty well. So I think this is actually pretty dope. If we can get some dope new games out of this merger, I'm all for it, man.
It's on you.
You know, I agree with Mr. Game and Lift. I think like this actually sounds like a pretty cool merger. Or a pretty cool collaboration. Um, it's just it's definitely one that I never actually thought of like 100%. But yeah, like based on what Mr. Game and Lift said about like before you had said that like Terry Bogard was in Fighting EX Layer, I'd completely forgotten that he was in the game. It's like, oh yeah, Terry Bogard is in there, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah, you was too busy
I
focused on trash characters.
yeah, I feel like that's some people's opinion. Whether they're completely wrong or not, I'm not going to make a comment on that. But you know, it's some, everybody's got their opinion, whether it be like completely wrong or otherwise, you know. So it's all good. But uh, yeah, man, I'm really. I think it sounds like a good idea to me. Like Metal Slug, that would be a really good. I think like IP to like kind of revisit like in the modern era. Like I think like Metal Slug, man. I would like to see another Metal Slug game. Perhaps maybe if they have like a four-player co-op, couch co-op like Metal Slug or something like that. You know, maybe up the intensity a little bit. You know, have like just have people coming in from all corners. I mean, man, I feel like, you know, I feel like I would have seen like one of the Metal Slug characters in like an ARIKA game before. I feel like I've seen that, but I just can't put my finger on it. If anybody out there knows, please let me know because I feel like I've seen that before, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, yeah, I think it sounds like a great opportunity basically for both parties, you know, going forward, especially considering that like SNK does have like a I guess like you know yeah, I don't like thinking about like the SNK game catalog. Like they have a decent amount of games, but there's some games I noticed that don't really get like you know the attention they deserve. So maybe we can get you know some you know Bubble Bobble games or you know Buff to Move or something like that. You know how about that? How come nobody talks about us getting you know more of those games? I feel like those are very like really overlooked. But that's just my opinion. I'm just one man. But yeah, that's pretty much my take on it. You know,
Hey,
Mr.
real
Rex
quick,
on
E.
Max, huh?
Real quick, I just looked at some games that I forgot they did Super Dragon Ball Z. Remember that game, the PS2?
Oh, they did. Oh,
Oh,
they did do that.
Actually, there's a lot of games on this list. I did not know they got Tekken 7 here. That can't be right.
They did
Tekken-
do that game.
They got Tetris on here. Um, some games I never heard of. Ever Blue, Bust a Move, Dun
yeah. See,
Pachi,
bust the move, yeah.
Dr. Luigi.
Wasn't nobody gonna
Doctor
tell me I
Luigi.
pronounced Orica wrong. Wasn't nobody gonna say nothing. Y'all just gonna let me say that
I mean,
and get roasted in the comments.
hey man, hey man, they know
What
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 we
did
mean, man.
what did you say?
I said Arica.
Oh,
I thought that's how you pronounce it. Is that
And
not
it
how you
said
pronounce it?
Orica. I was like, oh, I'm wrong. Y'all let us know which one is right. But you know, I'm